7 newborn sons died at the hands of their own mother. The 8th survived. Yet, he was the one who would truly suffer, and his noble promise doomed a dynasty. Mahabharata means the great tale of the Bharatas. Long before the war, the Bharata line rose to power. They built a prosperous kingdom and made a beautiful city their capital. It was called Hastinapura, the city of elephants. Generations later, its king was Shantanu. One evening, he walked by the Ganga river and saw an extremely beautiful woman. She was elegant and graceful, standing like a lotus in sunlight. The king fell in love at once. "Be my queen," he said. She agreed, on one condition: "You must never question me, no matter what I do." He promised. They married and lived in joy. Soon, their first child was born, bright as the sun. That night, she carried the infant to the river and let the waters take him. "This is for your good," she said. The king watched, astonished and troubled, but he said nothing. The second child followed, then the third, then the fourth. Each time, the queen returned to the river. 7 sons vanished beneath the sacred current. The king burned with grief, but he remembered his vow. He chose silence over loss. When the 8th child was born, she once again walked toward the water. This time, the king could not endure it. "Stop!" he cried. "No more!" The woman turned. The river changed and shifted around her. She was not an ordinary woman. She was Ganga, the goddess of the sacred river itself. The children had not been mortal. They were celestial beings, cursed to be born on earth. By returning them to the water, she had freed them. But the 8th child would remain. He would know sorrow and loss. He would live long in the mortal world. Because the king had broken his promise, the goddess vanished, taking the child with her. Years later, she returned. Before the king stood a young warrior, master of all weapons, radiant as the sun, firm as the mountain. "This is your son, Devavrata," she said. The king embraced him and named him heir. All believed he would one day rule, but destiny rarely moves in straight line. Years later, the king fell in love again, this time with a fisherman's daughter, Satyavati. Her father agreed to the marriage on one condition: her son must be the one to inherit the throne. The king refused. He returned to the palace, silent and restless. Devavrata saw his father's sorrow and learned the truth. He went to the fisherman. "I will renounce the throne," he said. "Your daughter's son shall rule." The fisherman hesitated. "What of your children?" he asked. "They may claim the kingdom." Then Devavrata made a vow that shook all three worlds. "I shall never marry. I shall never father a child." The sky fell silent. The waters stilled. Even the gods trembled. He had cut off his own future to secure his father's happiness. From that day, he was called Bhishma, the man of the terrible vow. His father blessed him. "You shall choose the moment of your death." It was meant as a gift, but it would become a burden, because in saving his father's happiness, Bhishma changed the line of succession. The throne would pass through weaker hands. Ambition would grow. Jealousy would rise. Brothers would divide. A war would come. And Bhishma, who gave up everything for peace, would one day stand at the center of that war.